I had a discussion with a friend of mine earlier about this case, and not just one friend, but several friends, male and female, seem to think that there is a major double standard here with this Terry Crews case. Now, if y'all don't remember, Terry Crews is an actor, and he was at a Hollywood party, and one of the big wigs walked up to him and groped him in his genital area. And he said that he didn't want to do anything because he was afraid at the time what people might think. They think that he was being, look at this big black man beating up on this white guy, and he's the angry black man. And he thought that maybe it would cost him some work. He would be blackballed. And, his reasoning wasn't far from the truth. But, I went in hard on him, man, because I just can't see it, man. I just cannot see allowing a man to grope me unless I liked it. And I don't like it. I don't rock like that. So I can't see leaving that situation without somebody being comatose, somebody being severely injured. I don't give a damn about public perception, public correctness, all this political correctness. I don't give a damn about all of that. Say what you want to say about me. Look at me how you want to look at me. But I can guarantee you, dude, if he had been looking at me at all after that situation, it would have been from the ground. His ass would have been looking at the ceiling, straight up. Terry Crews chose to take a different route. I'm not gonna get into no situation where I'm blaming the victim. That's one thing that I can't ride with that, man, because you gotta hold people accountable. So in this new case, I'm gonna share this screen with you guys. Hey, let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me also know that you can see this screen that I'm about to share with you, because that would be very embarrassing if I went through this whole video and I was the only one that heard and saw what was going on. So let me share the screen and we'll read this together. Okay, can y'all see? Y'all let me know. Can y'all see? Can you hear me good? Okay, sound is good. Great, thanks DJ Ice. And let's see, you see me good, right? Can y'all see the screen? This is actually my first time using this. Trio City, what up? Thanks, man. This is actually my first time using this shared screen feature. So let's see. I hear you. See. Okay, so let's read this case. Let's read what's going on here. Let me find the story here. Here we go. Authorities reject Terry Crews' sexual assault case. The Los Angeles County District Attorney and the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office both confirmed to ABC News on Wednesday that they have rejected Terry Crews' sexual assault case against William Morris Endeavor agent Adam Bennett. The representative for the Los Angeles City Attorney said that the matter was rejected because it was beyond the statute of limitations. Come on, y'all. Here we go. So they're saying that they're not going to pursue criminal charges because it was beyond the statute of limitations. Okay, let's see, well, where does the statute begin? Crews, 49, filed a police report as a crime victim last November 1 month after he went public with claims that a high-level Hollywood executive grabbed his genitals at an entertainment function in 2016. All right, let me get my math together here. 2016, 2017, 2018. That's 2 years. Okay, let me retract here because there are some stories that I remember in the media. Bill Cosby, for one. Bill Cosby got rape allegations that go all the way back to the 70s. The 70s. And they're trying to hang him for 80s, 90s, 2000s. Nobody ever mentioned statute of limitations. All of these other men who have been accused for sexual assault, for transgressions that supposedly happened years ago, ages ago, they're trying to pursue criminal charges. Even in the Michael Jackson case, his alleged transgressions were years ago, and they still brought him to trial. They ruined his name, dragged him through court, made him pay a whole bunch of money. But now we have a man coming forward, a very popular man coming forward, and they're saying that the statute of limitations is up. Okay, reading on. Cruz said that people need to be held accountable. He said this on what was it? Good Morning America, I believe? Yeah, Good Morning America. He said, "I've never felt more emasculated, more objectified. I was horrified. It's bizarre. I wake up every morning wondering, did this really happen?" He said people need to be held accountable. This is the deal about Hollywood. It's an abuse of power. This guy, again, he's one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, and he looked at me at the end as if, who is going to believe you? This is true. This happens. This happens everywhere. This happens all the time. People abuse power all the time. And this is not just going on in Hollywood. Some of you guys right now are in an environment where a rape culture exists. That right now, there's people around you. Some of you guys work for people who are engaged in sexual assaults. I can understand people who work their whole life to get to a certain point, to get in a certain position, and they don't want to throw it all away because there are a bunch of wicked people in the world, and people will abuse their power. You got a lot of wicked people out there, man. They'll abuse their power if given a chance. Let me see what you guys are saying right quick. That way I can cover some of the things that you want to talk about and address some of the things that, some of the issues or points that you make. Let's see, let me get on over here. I gotta be patient with me now. You know, like I say, this is not, well, this is my first rodeo using this feature, this shared feature, and I haven't been on here in a long time. Okay, let's see. KB, what up, KB? Shotgun Shogun says, I don't feel sorry for Cruz. He's been cooning for quite a while. Remember when the Clippers owner said racist comments. Terry, man, I missed, where's the rest of that comment? Even though my navigation skills are off, y'all. I blame this on YouTube though, man, because they've been banning me and blocking me so often. They blocked me from being able to use this feature. So, okay, here we go. Remember when the Clippers owner said racist comments, Terry tried to get us to forget about that. I don't remember that, man, but this is bigger than Terry Crews. It's about other people that find themselves in that predicament too. See, what we never want to do is just because we don't like somebody, we wish them bad, or we wish them ill, and we give the person who did them wrong a pass. I think it's quite possible to do both. I could still hate the victim because of whatever wrong that person did. But at the same time, whoever, the person that's doing something dirty to him, I can go after that person too. Yeah, man, hey, look here, man, I got enough love in my heart for everybody that's got love for me. But I also got a fair amount of hate for anybody that hate me, or anybody that try to get in the way of my progress or violate me and mine. Yeah, so it's quite possible to do both. Okay, say what? I never heard that big sissy speak out against racism. Okay, let's talk about speaking out against racism. See, everybody ain't got the march. Y'all know I speak out. I've been speaking out for 30 years. Everybody don't have to speak out. Everybody don't have to march. Some people can organize behind the scenes. Some people can stroke checks. Some people can serve in an advisory capacity behind the scenes. Some people can make sure that they're not promoting racism. You see, and some people can stop it in its track when they see certain people doing it. And then you got the riders that's gonna go out there and bust some heads. See, everybody got a role. Everybody ain't got to do the same thing. See, I don't dislike Michael Jordan because I've never heard him speak out against racism. I dislike Michael Jordan because I've seen his actions in relation to his people and what he is and what he's not doing. And I've heard his comments on what he said when people asked him about people getting killed behind his tennis shoes. So that's why I don't like him, because he's a heartless bum. I don't give a damn how much money he got. He heartless. He don't give a damn about these people out here that are getting murdered. And here's the thing, like he is not responsible for their actions. This is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that because I make clothes, if somebody killing over my clothes, that means that I'm responsible, or that means that I need to go out here and stop the killings from happening. No, I mean, you can't stop, you can't fix stupid. If some dumbass is out there trying to kill somebody over some material things, that is on them. But if it's happening around my brand, I have to take a critical look at that and say, well, what can I do to improve the situation or minimize people getting hurt behind my brand? And here's one of the things that he could do is stop creating the frenzy. Make the sneakers available to enough people to where people don't feel like they got to go out here and do this or do that and get somebody else's because they can't, it's not enough of them out there for people to have, for people to get their hands on. Now, of course, this is a complex situation behind those damn sneakers. At the end of the day, people are responsible for their own actions. And, maybe if Jordan spoke on that and did something, try to do something to prevent some of these things from happening, not just Jordan, but also the retailers who sell these sneakers. If they did something to try to prevent some of these things or minimize some of the dangers around this, then we could say, yeah, well, at least the man is trying to do something, but he ain't trying to do nothing. He don't give a damn. He's like, give me that money, give me that money, give me that money. And that's all he care about. That's why I don't like to do, period. Who is this? The Cali Enigma. Grew up on your music, bro. I'm glad you woke. Stay up, brother. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you. Let's see, ODCM videos. We're stupid for spending our money on sneakers instead of investing in our community. You're right about that, man. Take them $200, man, and throw it in some cryptocurrency or something. And next thing you know, you sitting on 10 stacks, 100 stacks, if you invest in the right coin. But it ain't gotta be cryptocurrency. It could be anything. Yeah, I like the idea of my money, making my money work for me. Like, I don't like the idea of just spending money and just constantly just being a consumer. I like being a producer. CP, what you talking about, CP? People kill for any petty little thing these days. That's true. You can look at somebody wrong and they'll kill you. People got it in their heart to be that petty. They're gonna do what they want to do anyway. I'm just saying, like, if I got my brand attached to it, I'm gonna try to do something, to minimize, the dangers, surrounding, with surrounding my brand. I'm gonna try to do something about it. I'm not just gonna sit back and say, oh, well, people gonna do whatever they want to do. Even if I had to come out and just try to appeal, to say something to the people that's out there acting a damn fool. I would do something. I'm not just gonna sit back and not do nothing and let people continue to get killed or people continue to feel like they have to kill behind these damn sneakers. N4L say, for life, I guess, buy Nike stock. Maggie say, we love you. We love you too, babe. I love you too. See, I feel you. Anthony said, I feel you. James Swank said, you're doing a great job. I've been listening. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, James. Kenneth Lynch, damn too much. John Russ, love you, Willie D. Love you back, homie. Instead of paying to see Black Panther, we should have invested that money into the Harvest Institute. That's exactly trying to do something for Blacks. Why can't we do both? Who was that? Coconus Fox? Well, y'all have these names running. It's hard to pronounce them. But I think I'm saying it right. Coconus Fox, Coco, something. I charge it to my brain, not my heart. Hey, here's the thing. We can do both. People say, we spent all that money on the Black Panther movie. People gonna spend money on entertainment no matter what. But we could also spend money on other things. Everybody who spent money on to go see Black Panther got enough money to invest in whatever you're talking about. Whatever it is that they want to invest in, they got enough money to do that too. Anybody that's spending, hell, depending on what theater you go to, you might be spending $40 for a ticket, $50 for a ticket. Never thought I'd do that before, but I ain't gonna lie, I broke down and did it, man. That damn iPick is just too live. All right. Jamarcus South, what's up, homie? Appreciate you. Okay, let's see what else Terry Crews was saying about his situation here. Let's see. Okay. So, and Bennett still, the guy who he accused, still has not, he still has not commented about the whole situation. He like, nigga, I don't give a damn. I ain't got to say nothing. He's like, I ain't got to say nothing, and you ain't getting nothing. Okay, so Terry Crews filed a lawsuit against Bennett alleging assault, sexual battery, emotional distress, and negligence, among other claims. The suit demands unspecified damages. Okay. I think he'll get bread. I think he'll get breaded up. This dude know what he did, and I think he's gonna just try to make it go away. And by the way, William Morris still has him on the payroll. Very interesting. Not surprising though. Let me see, is there any more to this story? That's it. Let me get back to y'all comments. So where we are, y'all, where are we? We're talking about this double standard. This double standard is really hurting everybody. The double standard hurts everybody, right? Because when you think about it, women are often the victims of sexual assault. But I bet you too, a lot of men are victims, boys especially are victims of sexual assault too, but men also. But men don't come forward because of the shame, because of things that's happening right now with Terry Crews. This is exactly why men won't come forward, because men are ashamed and they're made to look weak. And so many men, they won't come forward. So women, I do believe, have to step up and rally around people like Terry Crews when something like this happens. Because men are quick to rally around women when something like this happens to them. But I haven't seen women really rally around Terry Crews. I haven't seen people vocal. I haven't seen the media really go all the way in and ride for him like many men ride for women when women are victims of sexual assault. Even when they're not victims, when women lie, men typically will rush to a woman's defense. Women, where are all the Me Too women? Where are all the Me Too people? All right, where are they? There should be a major protest going on right now in front of the police station in LA. Right now, there should be major protests going on. All of these Me Too women, oh, and coincidentally, this comes out on International Women's Day. The women need to step up and rally around this man. I'm talking about all the women on social media. You need to go to find his social media pages and get a man some words of comfort. Let him know you're riding with him. All of these women who jumped out there and, attacked Nate Parker, made people not go to see his movie. They need to show up. All of these Me Too people, where you at? Where you at right now? Y'all supposed to be out there. Y'all need to be on the front lines right now, riding for Terry Crews. So you got this double standard. This double standard got to stop, man. It's got to stop. Let's read some. I'm gonna read some more of your comments, and I'm gonna get on. I didn't really mean for this stream to be this long. Okay. Terry Henderson said, "Will you speaking the truth? Appreciate you." The Lady of Soul, 502, Miami. Armando Smith. I haven't seen anyone support Terry's claims, and men won't come forward because they may feel emasculated. True that. Andre Vasquez, appreciate you. See what you said. Thanks for keeping it real, brother. Thank you. Richie Carr, have you ever been to Rosewood? Have you ever seen Rosewood? Shit really hadn't changed. True that. Did I see Rosewood? I think I may have seen that. I'm not sure. Let's see. I stopped buying Jordans years ago because I saw that Jordan. Fernando says that I stopped buying Jordan years ago because I saw that Jordan is just about himself and could care less. His rising shoe price told me so. Look, I bought Jordans when back in the hype days, you know, when it first jumped off. I bought the Jordans. I bought like, man, I must have bought like 12 pair of Jordans. All one day. I went to, because I operate like this. If the youngsters want something and it has a high price tag and it's something that I think is cool, I'll treat myself to that item also. So I bought the Jordans and, you know, I wore them a few times. And then that was my last time buying them. These were the black and red Jordans. This is way back, like early 90s. But I bought like 12 pair. I bought a pair for myself and some pairs for my nieces and nephews. But I haven't bought them since. And quite frankly, I do not see the appeal. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see the appeal in paying that kind of money for any pair of tennis shoes. Sneakers, now, I'll pay that kind of money for some shoes. Shoes last longer. You're gonna get more wear out of shoes. But sneakers, man, they scuff up. You know, they're just not, I just don't look at sneakers as a good investment unless that's what you're doing. You know, you've turned it into an enterprise and you're flipping them. I can see that. Alfred Williams, appreciate you, Ad. HM Navy, what is it, Navy? Thanks for bringing news and awareness to us, bro. Keep it up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, homie. Yeah, y'all, I appreciate the comments, man. You know, I like to do this more often, but man, YouTube be throwing me off, man. They throw me off when they kick me off, when they ban me and they disable my my live feeds and stuff, you know, like, because we had a good little thing going for a minute. Last time I had Zaza Ali on the show, that was the last time I think I did a live feed. I think it was with Zaza Ali. And, you know, it was like, that was a long time ago. And it's like every time I get rolling, man, they'll do something to put the brakes on. Wonder what's that about. Next Level, is there a copy of your album, Play With Your Mama, available on physical media? On physical media? Let's see, copy of Play With Your Mama album. You Play With Your Mama. Yeah, it's out there. It's out there somewhere. The best place to find it is probably gonna be on eBay. But I warn you, man, it's pretty up there in price. Let's see. Next, you're gonna support Charles Barkley. No, I ain't gonna support Charles Barkley, homie. I never support Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, he's done way too much buck dancing. He's sunk way too low to ever come back. And anything that he does, it'll just be for show. You know, he'll just be trying to not right now, he's trying to play both sides of the fence. Anything that he does, it'll just be for show, but he'll come right back. He'll revert right back to what he really is. Anybody that goes and does the type of stuff he did and say the type of stuff that he said, that's what's really in his heart, and he can't be trusted. So no, I'll never support that dude. Let's see. Miss Woodard, talk about how sexy you are. All right. Nah, see, that's too vain. I can't get into all that type of stuff. Don Cormier, I think that's Cormier. Okay. Hi, Willie, I'm a big fan. Mind playing tricks on me. I take my boys with me because I'm paranoid. Yeah. Yeah, for real, Don. I still take my boys everywhere I go. Well, not everywhere I go. Can't take them everywhere, but most places, you get the drift. William Jefferson always looks to your program, keep me updated. All right, appreciate you, Will. Rashida Nams, what up, Rashida? You're hot too. Emo OG, you feel about the Everyday Struggle Show. OG, how you feel about the Everyday Struggle Show? What's the Everyday Struggle Show? Let's see. What's Nathan talking about? Nathan say they paid off actors. They paid off actors. Paid off actors. Okay. Okay, Richie Carr wants to know where I stand on teachers carrying guns. If I was a teacher, I'd have a gun. I mean, I would just have a gun just because America is just such a dangerous place to live, period. So yes, I would have a gun. I do believe in guns. Just because we can't rely on the police to protect us. And we just have a culture of self-indulgence, we're self-absorbent, you know. We don't really care about our neighbors. We don't care about our neighbors' children. This is why people are able to come into our neighborhoods and be violent and violate. This is why, and when I say neighborhoods, I mean all neighborhoods. People can just come into the neighborhood and pick up a kid and drive off because nobody is paying attention anymore. Nobody's looking out for each other anymore. So this is why people, you know, these kids take guns and go into the school and air out the school because there's nobody in the home checking on them. There's nobody at school, at the school checking on the kids. The kids are not even looking out for the kids. See, because I remember being in high school, people used to befriend me so that the bullies wouldn't bully them. They'd be like, well, you know, if I'm cool with Willie Dennis, then they're not gonna mess with me. I mean, people have actually told me this. Not one person, more than one person. Several people have told me this. They befriended me so that they could have protection, like so nobody would mess with them. And I didn't mind being that guy that they wanted to befriend so that nobody would pick on them. You know, I remember being, you know, we had some bullies at Forest Brook, and, you know, a couple of them, the biggest bullies, played football. And, you know, it wasn't like I'd be cool with people and I'd have their number, they have my number, and we hang out every day. It was just like, they come around me and the bullies see them standing by me or see me, you know, talking to them or whatever a few times, and then that'd be just enough to keep them off them. So we're not looking out for each other. The kids are not looking out for each other. I taught my kids to look out for other students if they were being bullied. You be the one to step up and embrace that student. In the neighborhood, there's a kid being bullied. You be the one, you step up, and because my son and my daughter, they're popular kids. So I'm like, you know, a lot of times people that are in the in crowd, they're gonna follow the popular kids. And if the popular kids step up and say, you know what, that ain't cool, it let the other kids know, well, it's popular to not be a bully. So this is how it go down. It's like, the kids have to police themselves. And a lot of this bullying would stop if the kids would police themselves and look out for each other. A lot of this stuff would stop. But, you know, it's hard to get them to see that when everybody is like riding on other people for their own entertainment. It's like, ha ha, that was funny. Oh, you know, it's like picking on people is funny to people. You know, it's like treating people bad is hip. Like that, like when did treating people bad become hip? Like it's cool for everybody to gang up on that one kid that don't dress too well, who ain't got the cool sneakers, the fly phone, you know, the nice jacket. It's cool for everybody to just, and like it's like nobody in the whole mob say, wait a minute, man, that ain't cool. We ain't gonna do that. Because that's all it has to happen. All it takes is the cool kids and the kids that nobody messes with, that people know that can be dangerous if you put your hands on them. That's all it takes is for those type of kids to stand up and say, this is what we're doing. And that bullying shit would be over, just like that. I don't know why they don't do it. I don't know why more kids don't do it. Some kids out there, and if you're out there and they do it, I salute you. But there isn't enough kids out there who are brave enough to step into that leadership role and say, everybody's doing this, I'm gonna do this. Because really, that's the way my life has been. That's the way I live my life. I don't care what's going on. If everybody else is doing this, if they're going in that direction, I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, because I just feel like it's something to be said and it's something to be gained by a person who goes against the grain. So even with the music, like right now, all these cats out here that are being accused of doing mumble rap, if another kid, another artist just comes on the scene and go in another direction, as long as that person is dope, he's gonna find an audience, and quick, because they're gonna stand out. When it comes to even in investing, when I do some heavy investing in the stocks, when everybody else is scared and pulling their money out, I'm putting my money in, because that's where the greatest gains are. I invest when I see red, like a shark see red in the water. When I see red, it's time to eat. I'm buying. When I see green, everybody is getting in, everybody trying to get in, I'm pulling back. That's the way I do. Let's see, Janelle Artist. What's up, Janelle? You the man. Janelle said, you the man, you the man. Okay. Let's see. Who is this? Mr. Malos. Mr. Malos. What up, brother? Just got here from Vegas. That's what's up. Yep. Mr. Red Ball 71. So I didn't realize you wrote all those lyrics for GB. Yeah, I wrote a lot of lyrics for GB, man. Not all of them, but me and Brad, man, you know. It's my writing dog. You know, we did all of that. We did. Let's see. Mahari says the trolls report you. I know. Brandon Brown, hardest Houston song, period. Bo Neal TV, say live by the sword. No, we take that back. Live by the sword. Yeah. James Simmons wants to know, how's Face? Face is all right, man. I saw Face. I saw Brad, what was this? What's today? Wednesday, so Thursday. So I saw Brad on Sunday. Yeah, we hung out for a bit. Yeah, Barry says, you're the man, Willie D from Scotland, bro. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Barry. I love when my international people join in, man. It's always cool to hear people, hear people's opinion from outside of the US, because so often we're victims of propaganda machine, and all we know is what they put in front of us, and we just won't do a whole lot of research. And so it's good to have those outside views. If you ever in life, if you can do it, try to live overseas, try to live abroad, try to live in another country, whether you're in the US or not. Just try living in another country for at least a year. And it'll give you a broader perspective of the world, because the world is bigger than the United States of America. And some people think the United States is it. It's like, ain't nothing else to see. And it's a beautiful thing when you travel abroad and you get to see other cultures, and you see how other people operate, and you just have a different appreciation for people. And more than likely, whatever you thought that country was, whatever, especially if it's something that's remotely negative, whatever you thought that country was about, it's gonna be something totally different. 9 times out of 10. Shiva Brown says, sending love from East Orange, New Jersey. That's what's up. Yeah, let me know where y'all coming in from. Let's see, Jay Black, Scarface been dropping some real lately, as always. No surprise there. Okay, so what's this? Hotep BC, because, okay, you're right, I'm from London. We have much better laws. Yep. Traveling abroad will make a person more well-rounded. Yes, it will. And another thing too, like, there's a big misconception that because we have people that are impoverished in the US. That's people who don't have as much. It makes them violent, and this is why they go out and rob and kill and be disrespectful and beat up people, because they're angry, they don't have anything. I will agree with that. I will agree with that with conditions. The reason why they do it in the US is because the US puts more emphasis on things than it does people. Everything is about what you're wearing, what brand you have on, what kind of car you drive, what neighborhood you live in, what kind of house you have, how many bedrooms, your jewelry. Everything is about stuff in the US. So if you make people's purpose in life be about stuff, and they don't have stuff, they're going to feel less of a person. And it's going to make them feel like, in order to feel important, they have to go out and commit a crime or do dirt if they don't have it. And this is not just on a street level. This is not just people in the hood. This is people who work in corporate America who may have never committed a crime before, but now they have access to company funds. And now they're caught up in an embezzlement case. And they've embezzled thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from the company. Now they got to go sit down in the feds for 10, 12, 20, 30 years. Because it's all about stuff. And no matter how much stuff you have in the US, you always want more. The pressure is always on to get more, because somebody is always reminding you that no matter what you have, well, that guy has more than what you have. She has more than what you have. It don't matter. Yeah, you got that, but such and such. I know people in the US who sit around and pocket watch all day long. They can't even make no money for themselves because they sitting around talking about what the next person has. It is the craziest thing I've ever witnessed. I lived abroad in Azerbaijan for 10 years. When I first arrived in the country with my family, it was a third world country. Now, just, what is it like now? 18 years later, 17, 18 years, 18 years later. It's an industrialized country. They've really stepped it up. A lot of the roads, I would say at least a good 80% of the roads were like very raggedy. And now they're very smooth. The oil money came in and helped industrialize the country. But one of the thing I would never forget, these people, even though when we first got there, the minimum wage, the median income was $87 a month. And they had 4 million people who lived where we lived in Baku, in the city of Baku. By comparison, Houston had 4 million people. They averaged about one murder a month, and it was normally something domestic, husband and wife getting into it. In Houston, man, we probably average 20 murders a week. Why the disparity? It's the lack of compassion that we have in America as a people. And it starts at the top. It comes from the government and it trickles all the way down. And it, it trickles down to the people. It really does. Now, these people, they didn't treat each other bad and they didn't act like savages because they have a genuine love for each other. It's genuine compassion for one another. And people don't walk around talking about what other people have all day. It doesn't matter in that city that I was in, the country, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not a good person, nobody likes you. In America, it's totally different. If you got money, you can be a sucker. You can be an asshole. It doesn't matter what you are. People like you if you got money, or at least they act like they like you if you have money. And you can buy fake friends and all that stuff. In Azerbaijan, it's about pride. It's about character, dignity. And if you ain't got it, nobody wants to fuck with you. It's a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful way to live. It's an exemplary way to live. But this is another thing. You drive down the street in the morning and you could see men on both sides of the street with suits on. Now these suits wasn't in the best condition, but they had suits on. And they was waiting on people to stop and offer them employment. This would happen every day, every single day. Women could walk the streets at 4 o'clock in the morning, fully dressed, makeup, sexy dress on, tight pants, whatever, with a purse on her shoulder and not get raped, not even fear being raped. I've seen it several times, and I'm from the US and I'm riding, I'm looking, and I'm like, she don't get her ass raped. And my driver would be like, no, they don't do that here. Why? Why do they do it? Why do they not do it there? But in the US, you're asking for it, because that's what people like to say. If you dress up like that, in the US, if you dress like that and you get raped, you was asking for it. If you dress like that, you walk around 4 o'clock in the morning, you was asking for it. But it's not like that over there. Why? Why is it like that? Why can other countries not have all of the violence, the murders, the rapes that we have in America? Why they don't have it? That's why I say you should try to live somewhere other than the United States, at least for a year, just to give you a world perspective, or at least just a broader perspective on other cultures, and give you at least some insight on your options. Once you live abroad, if you never thought about the rest of the world, it gives you a broader perspective, and it reminds you that the world is bigger than the United States and that you don't have to be isolated. You don't have to be confined to one region of the world. And so this is one of the biggest reasons why I'm glad that I was blessed to give my kids, me and my kids' mother were able to give our kids an international education so they could see that the world is bigger than the United States and that there's other opportunities. That's why when I would tour, I wouldn't, if I wasn't touring in the US, I was not worried about the US because I could just go to Europe and get paid just as well or even more. In fact, more, because they just have a deeper appreciation for artists and what they do. Like, if you do it well. Now, if you like a copycat type cat or whatever, like they don't like that. But if you do what you do and you do it well, man, they're gonna show you a whole bunch of love. Right. What happened to Wise Up Records and Show? Man, of course, Wise Up Records just folded, but Show, man, Show is now he's asking about this 89106 is asking about Show, an artist that I had signed to my label back in the day when I used to have Wise Up Records. Show is now a he's an entrepreneur. He owns several businesses. He owns real estate ventures, and he also has he owns a trucking company. He owns a cleaning service, and he's actually married to Cheryl Swoops, who used to play basketball for the Houston Comets. So Show is doing well, and that's one thing that I'm proud of that, because it was the money, the seed money that I put in his hands that gave him the opportunity to be able to go out there and make something out of himself and become a successful businessman. And I just feel like, some of these people out here don't give a damn about the people who helped them get to where they are. I'm not one of them type of dudes. Like, if somebody works with me, especially an artist, like something like that, man, if somebody's spending a considerable amount of time and they looking at me as like, okay, this is the guy that's gonna help me get to where I am and help me realize my dreams, I feel responsible. So if I'm not feeling it, if I'm not gonna go all the way in, I'm not going in at all, because I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want to be responsible, because that is a lot of pressure. That's a lot of responsibility, because you're not really just responsible for that artist, but you're also responsible if that artist has children, or if that artist have a spouse, or even his extended family who may be counting on him being that golden goose to help everybody get up out of that financial situation that they're in. So it's that's one of the things that I'm very proud of, that I was able to play a role in Show's come up. The Show is doing well, man. Thanks for asking. Marlon Morris up. I'm from Canada. Do you think it would be the same if somebody like Brad Pitt or George Clooney, okay, it just left. Where was the rest of it? Trying to read the rest of this guy's comments from Canada. I think he was trying to say, it seemed like where he was going with that was, do I think that it would be the same if somebody like Brad Pitt or George Clooney was assaulted like Terry Crews? And you already know the answer to that, man. I think, of course, I think it would be another double standard. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. King says Terry Crews is done with blockbuster white movies. Hopefully King Ivan Wayans or Ice Cube will put him in a movie. Other than that, he's done. I don't know. You don't know what Terry Crews is working with, I mean, he's made enough contacts, enough connections to where, I mean, he could get put on by anybody. And who knows, he might have enough money to put his cell phone. That's another thing, man, like ourselves on, and we can. You might not be able to put your cell phone go right to the top, but you got to start somewhere, you know, before I got the attention of Rap-A-Lot, Jay Prince, you know, I put my cell phone by getting out there, getting in the mix and doing talent shows, and I was doing shows and getting money for performing before I even put a record out. So it was that, me going out and investing in myself and doing for myself, that made him look at me and say, you know what, this guy right here, you know, he got something, and he, you know, he got a following too. You know, let me put my name on this. Let me put my stamp on this, and let's see what we can do. So a lot of people sit back a lot of times and say, man, I ain't got this, I ain't got this. Don't nobody want to help nobody. Nobody putting them. Man, I don't like that type of talking. That helped me, man. Fuck that. I ain't help me nothing. You know, help me by getting the fuck out of my way, because I'm coming through, and I'm gonna make it no matter what. I'm not gonna look at nobody else and say they're not helping me, or they won't put me on, or they won't. Man, I'm gonna put myself on, like Doe Beasley said. Beats, was this? Beats like this. Rick says, OG, will it keep up the good work with the information? I love it, brother. A big fan of the Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys with South NWA, to you, to us, New Orleans. I love you, brother. Appreciate you, homie. Okay, it's always a different story from them. Was this Sire? Kenson King, I know, right? They always walk that. Lashane Masterson, 4/14/92. We were the kings and queens of the world. Okay. Black by popular demand says, I have a brother in Denmark, and he says that the crime rates are relatively low there, and that's with gun control. That's with gun control. Say, man, see, you can have gun control if the police ain't out here gunning people down. I'd be cool with that. If I thought that the police was responsible gun owners, if I thought for 1 second that we could rely on the police to secure our neighborhoods, well, to help us secure the neighborhoods. Really, people who live in neighborhoods and communities can self-police. You don't need the police to protect your neighborhood, because they don't come around till after something happens anyway. Usually when the police come around, they either starting something or they're coming around to clean up after the fact. So really, the communities can self-police. The people in the communities can self-police. So it just takes the people in the community to decide, this is where I live. This is where I lay my head. I don't like feeling vulnerable. I don't like the feeling of fear. And I don't like the idea that my children are fearful. If you live in a community where you got to put your kids on the floor because it's so much gun, man, you got to get out. I'm telling you, it's time to get out. If you live in the big city, man, get out. There's a small town with a whole lot cheaper rent, and it may be a struggle, it may be unfamiliar to you, but you can at least have your kids in a safe environment. That's your #1 job as a parent. The safety of your children. Get out. Stop holding on to something that don't appreciate your embrace. Get out. And if you're gonna stay, step up to the plate and get at the savages that are in the neighborhood. You gotta get rid of their asses. If the drugs is the drug use and the people that selling the drugs or are doing all the killing and acting a fool, making the neighborhood unsafe, if you're gonna live there, you got to confront them and get their asses out. You gotta link up with everybody else in the neighborhood and do whatever you got to push them out. Everybody gotta team up. Because see, these guys are too comfortable in the neighborhood. That's why they do what they do, because they're comfortable. Somebody has told them that it's cool to do what they do. So they're comfortable in the neighborhood. You got to make them uncomfortable. Make their asses go somewhere else. Go anywhere but on my block. You're gonna go anywhere but on my street. Anywhere but in my hood. Get your ass out. You gotta kick them out. It's hard to do that, I know, especially when you have people who have nothing and they benefit from the drug dealer financially. Sometimes it's their own mother. She don't like what he's doing, but what he's doing is paying the rent. So she turned the blind eye. Next thing you know, mama dead, because they was looking for her son, but since they couldn't get him, they got the mama. And that's another thing too, man. That's why I always hated the drug game. They don't respect nothing, no rules, don't respect nothing. So I can't play a game like that where there's no rules. Can't play that type of game. See what you guys are saying here. Much love from Chicago, Dee Dee Harrell. What's up, Dee Dee? Marty Baby says, yes, get out, go abroad, travel. Jay Black says, Show's one of my favorite rappers. I make sure to tell him that, man. Crabs in the Barrel Syndrome, Muhammad. JoJo Jones say, I ain't with being broke. That boy put some dynamite with his message, some tool and some dynamite. Yeah. Most definitely. Let's see. Yeah. If y'all notice, like I have seen some of these comments where people are saying things that are divisive, and I'm just gonna tell you, man, I don't read that type of stuff. I don't feed, that's negative energy. So I just try to do things that gonna push the culture forward. I try to, even when I bring you stories, if I bring a story to you and it's like about some type of violent act or something despicable, believe you me, it's going to be a story there. It's going to be a lesson in that story. I'm not just going to bring you the news just so I can get some likes and just so you can see me or whatever. I'm trying to inform. You know, I'm trying to make people think. I'm trying to, you know, let you see options. You know, because sometimes people think they don't have any options, and you always got an option. It's just that a lot of times people like try to choose the option that they're comfortable with. And oftentimes the option that you're comfortable with is the one that makes you most uncomfortable long-term. Sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable short-term in order to get what you want long-term. I mean, it makes sense, right? Good, because I knew that when I was in that kitchen cooking Kentucky Fried Chicken, I was not going to be a cook for the rest of my life. I knew that I was not going to, you know, my destiny was not to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken cook, the chief master extraordinary cook for Kentucky Fried Chicken. But while I was there cooking that chicken, I was the best damn cook they ever had. That was my goal at that time. So whatever I'm doing at that time, I'm gonna be the best at what I'm doing. I don't care what it is. So, but I knew that that was a stepping stone, that was not my destiny. That was not my final destination. Nathan Howard says, people are so materialistic. By all means, money is really just an illusion. If we did not have money, we have to survive off the land. The Indian said, before the white man came, I had no debt, no taxes. King Terry Crews. Terry Crews is done. Okay. All right, y'all, that's it. I appreciate y'all for checking me out. I went a little longer, well, actually a lot longer than I wanted to go. Man, I've been streaming a whole hour, damn. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all. Until next time, no more talk. And now I just got to figure out how to end this thing. I'll do better next time. Where is it? There we go. All right, y'all. No more talk.